So welcome to vlog number 2. Let's go! Okay folks, we are back down here at our HQ in County Fermanagh. In early here, it's actually now 7 AM. We've got as far as our head office. And we have a number of meetings set up today. Today is going to be a complete mad admin heavy day. So we have so many, such as planning, a lot of our planning for our new operational offices. A question that I'm asked a lot of the times is how do you manage teams, and how do you manage the likes of, guys in England, Scotland, Wales, south of Ireland, and even some of our guys and our agents running, in Europe, Berlin, Spain, and you have to be very committed to that structure. So as I say, we avail of all the technology that's out there: Zoom, Skype, Microsoft Teams has been a bit of a godsend to us as well. So this morning here, we will be on the big screen, we will be on the phone as well. And we'll be touching base with a lot of the guys. Very, very short window of time. No bullshit, no deviating around from it. Get in, get the job done. And we need to get back up to our training centre in Lisnaskea itself this morning. So what we might try and do is record as much as we can from the office point today, because today is an extremely heavy admin day, as I call it, because we have a mass of investigations in. We have our normal operational activities. We have an operational planning meeting that has to be very, very quick this time. We have the guys in the office working on transport compliance audits. We have DV investigations with Traffic Commission, public inquiries coming up. So there's a mass of stuff to do, and also we will implement a bit of internal training and development that we always try and do as much as we can. So that's what I'm trying to do today, guys. We will see, can we do it? It's okay if me saying we'll do it at the moment. We get that busy, we don't even have time to set up a camera, and then if we set up a camera and it's in the wrong place or it falls down, nobody really cares because we have the work to get out. So bear with us and we will see what we can do. Okay folks, so just a quick visit in here to one of our sites for development of our training centre at our head office. So we are digging up, getting ready to go. We are way behind on this project. It has to be specific and relevant to the environment you're in, and the main reason for ensuring that the training is relevant is for really mitigation. You can go online and do a course. You can go to a generic course and we'll say do manual handling, but the manual handling training, as we all know, is pushing, pulling, lifting, and everybody's pushing a box around a table. It doesn't work. Somebody hurts their back because they're lifting drums, or they're lifting cubes, or they're lifting, working hotel, lifting glasses. We've had court issues where I've been involved in as an expert witness for the likes of nurseries and daycare centres, people hurting themselves, hurting their backs from lifting kids up. So the manual handling has to be relevant and specific to your operation. Now this is where risk assessments come in, and this is why so many risk assessments get caught out, because they're generic. So put the thought into what you're doing, guys. We're back up at our training centre here in Lisnaskea. It's now 7:45. Just getting some products ready here for shipping out, which is our remote downloaders. So there's a box I'm going out to a fleet of 110 vehicles, heading out to our engineers and our installation guys. We also have some DigiVUs here, heading out to customers, and a number of tablets having to head out to our guys on site. So a couple of the new guys we've started, all mobile handheld devices, obviously to ease compliance, or paperless or remote paperless compliance solutions. But more importantly now, with COVID-19, all of the major investments that we have put in place are more or less necessity now. All the delegates from the training course have been sent the enrolment forms on their phone. They'll fill them out, send them straight back here to us at HQ, or the guys in our training centre, should I say. And then from that, their test papers during the day will also go into onto their phone and they complete the test papers, comes back automatically marked and scored. And if we can give somebody a retest, we will, but the system will do that for us. And then we have our guys here in the back rooms, we call in the back office, which is actually a front office, but you know what I mean. And they'll be fit to generate all out to the guys as well. So from vehicle safety inspection reports, vehicle examination reports, all that sort of stuff comes up as well for electronically when somebody goes into their own portal, and away we go, you know. So listen, last night here somebody was asking me about this award, which is the Northern 40 Under 40 list 2018. Obviously I can get another 10 years on that, really. Somebody's asked me, did you get much out of it, as in publicity wise or contacts wise? And any award, you know, we have awards all over the place, and I suppose it depends how you market it or how you advertise it. Of course, we live in a country that's a very negative country, so people don't want to see you doing well, which is one problem. But when you're dealing with like-minded people who want to grow their business, want to, you know, grow themselves, want to develop themselves, well then you usually have no problem. And a lot of business owners and a lot of people that you deal with within business are very much like that. So yeah, did it give you much contacts? It probably did for a short period of time, but you know, any of the certifications, accreditations, qualifications and all that we have, we always get something off the back of it. So yeah, good to have. Anyway, we need to get some work done. I don't know what time it is, it's about 1:30 in the day and we've been all over the place. When things happen in life, you have to, you know, fix problems all the time. People ask me, why do you always keep your office window open, you know, during the day and all? And number of reasons. First of all, is to get a bit of air in, and second of all, it's because when you lock yourself out. And just like that, we're in. The guys here just coming back from lunch. Lots of stuff on today, guys. We're going to try and put up a bit of footage today regarding the tachograph analysis and the current investigations that we're involved in. So bear with us and we will see you shortly. Okay folks, so we are just finished another online driver CPC course. So after that, we need to get outside in the beautiful sunshine. Yeah, so online driver CPC, for anybody who doesn't know, in Northern Ireland, the UK, we can do our driver CPC training online now. We do it over 2 evenings, or we also do it on a 7-hour course. So jump onto our website at www.tctsgroup.com for that sort of information. But get a bit of fresh air now and look at the gardens. The gardens are just not finished right. We have these hedges that need to be done. Very particular about the landscaping. Beautiful day out here, guys. So the next job I have to jump into the tachograph case. Let me put on some lights. The next job is to ensure that all the toilets are clean, because I have a meeting in about an hour and a half to go in and check. What if you're the boss, or what position you hold in any company? You're bringing people in, you're bringing members of the public in, when you're bringing clients in, you know, always make sure you have the place fresh, make sure you have the place clean. We will be working on later into the night here again, but we have so many tachograph cases coming up, it's unreal. So I'm going to dive into a wee bit of tachograph data to show you what I mean, and how people are getting caught out. We are back. So we're back in the office here, guys, and we are going to speak about tachographs, tachograph investigations, tachograph infringements, how the investigation chain works, and really, I suppose, give you an example of what I'm talking about, because we deal with this day in, day out, and we deal, of course, with both sides of the fence, whether it's investigation and law enforcement, or it's operators and drivers separately. So we are what I like to call as a compliance prostitute. We'll work for anybody who pays us. Anyways, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to swing around on the screen here. I'm going to show you just an example of what I'm talking about. On this particular screen here, we see straight away, which is the company dashboard for all companies that, you know, we do the tachograph analysis for. And it's pinpointing straight away that we have 2 vehicles over the driver car download time, and 2 vehicles over the vehicle unit download time. Now this is where at the moment DVA Transport Enforcement and DVSA Transport Enforcement, during the COVID-19 situation, all they're doing is putting up a bit of paper up against the cab and telling the driver that they are going to request the driver data and the vehicle data from the operator. Now, if you have tachograph analysis in place, if you have tachograph management in place, that's not a problem. Any of our clients, any of our customers, we can put out the raw data to them straight away. However, that's only one part of it, guys. So as I've shown you here, this particular company have not downloaded the card nor the vehicle within the required time frequency. They're excessively over it now, which creates a problem straight away for them. Second issue we have here is missing mileage or unaccounted kilometers. So this is the amount of times this vehicle, between the 2 vehicles in this case, where the vehicle was driven without a digital tachograph card inserted into the head. So we have manipulation, we have fraud, we have driving without a card, we have all these cases that come in on top of each other. Now there are occasions, a lot of occasions, where somebody has started to drive and maybe they've left after a couple of days or a couple of weeks, or the card hasn't been downloaded in the frequency, and all of a sudden you have unaccounted kilometers. So that's the mileage on the vehicle unit that is not accounted for. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example here of unaccounted mileage and an investigation that we've just finished a couple of months ago. Serious investigation. You're talking about fraudulent activity, fraudulent use. This is for a big major player, okay, a big operator, and they had a team of 7 or 8 compliance staff. And this is why we keep banging on about you have to know what you're doing, you have to understand the investigation chain, and you also have to put the measures and control measures in place. So instead of ticking the box, which most companies do, and again, this is a job that comes through a barrister, which costs excessive amounts of money for the operator, and if they came to us first, we could have sorted out. Now, on the back of that, guys, people know and understand that we terminate a lot of companies, and we terminate a lot of companies for this reason. Not because there's manipulation or fraud involved at this moment, it's because they will not fix it, they would let us fix it, they have no interest in running compliant. And the whole thing about operator's license is about protecting, operator's license for fair competition. So you as an operator, a good compliant operator who's trying your best to put the systems in place, you will never be 100% compliant, it's impossible. But you have to strive for compliance, you have to strive to run compliant and legally. So let me give you a quick look at what I'm talking about. Okay guys, hopefully we can see this here. So if we look up on the left hand side of the screen, I'm going to give you an example of this driver in this vehicle. So this driver, actually the driver removed his card, okay? And the next driver put his card in 4 days, 14 hours later. Now the problem with that is that vehicle was drove for 134 kilometers without a digicard in the head. Next example, remove the card. Next driver put his card in 21 hours later. 235 kilometers drove without a card in the head. This here, 77, 81 kilometers drove. Same crack again, driver's removed his card. Next driver put his card in 20 hours later, and that vehicle was drove for 228 kilometers without a card in the head. Now a lot of the time we're running up the road, we run out of time, we pop the card, we drive down the road. We get some guy to come in a night shift, maybe an agency driver. They don't bother inserting their card because their digicard has been used during the day for other work, and they think that they can just drive away and not record any time. Because again, the driver's card will be clear, there'll be no problems with it. Here's another example. Driver removed his card. And just by the way guys, this is the one vehicle we're talking about here at the moment. Next driver inserts his card 5 days later, and there's 510 kilometers unaccounted for. Same story here, driver removed his card. Next driver put his card in 21 hours later, and 221 kilometers missing. So hopefully that'll give you an indication of how easy it is to track tachographs. Now tachograph management is vital at this stage. Tachograph analysis is only a bit of software that'll do analysis. There's some great ones, there's some crap ones, but it's the tachograph management and how do you control it? What control measures do you put in place? How do you detect this? And how do you fix the problem? So you'll see a couple of dates there are a wee bit older dates. Again, I'm trying to put a bit of stuff together here so you don't see the company or the driver, but we deal with this day in, day out for some of the largest, biggest companies about to the smallest companies. And what really annoys us here at TCTS Group in our tachograph analysis division is that companies employ a lot of people to do this, and we can go in and do it every week, every month for a quarter of the price and ensure they're compliant because the control measures are put in place and the disciplinary is put in place and the problem is fixed. So anyway, that is a wee bit of the tachograph analysis. This is what we deal in. I'm working on, I think we have well over 20 this week alone requests for data. So when we say request for data, this is what they're looking for. First thing they're looking for is the data downloaded in drivers, cars and vehicle units. If you're over an offence straight away, over here on account of kilometres, which is happening more regular now through COVID because of the amount of agency drivers that have been brought in, and up here, likes of driving no card. Anyway guys, that's the tachograph analysis. We will show as much of this as we can going forward. Of course, keeping company names out of it and registrations out of it and drivers out of it. But, you know, I'm in court on a regular basis to give evidence for this, and it's just, there's no need for it. But again, a lot of people don't know. And the golden rule is, if you don't know, you don't know. That is all. Okay folks, so this is the end of vlog number 2. Thank you very much for watching. We would love it if you would like, share and subscribe this video, and leave a comment of anything that you would like to see in the future, and give us a wee bit of support. So it's now the weekend, we're going to finish up and we're going to get out of here.
We keep dancing with the devil, but he doesn't have a back, no. My body, no. We keep dancing with the devil, but he doesn't have